Yo, what's going on, everyone? Today we have Elijah Shipman here, third place at the YUMA Regional, and it looks like it's not fire, so what are we playing today?
I was playing PURRELY, decided to go with that. I was like super comfortable with it. Even after testing with like Fire King and Pure Snake Eye, I felt like PURRELY can play into that matchup pretty well. I played 3 at the regional and I went 2-1 against it, so I feel like it actually has a decent matchup against that. And then going into all the other matchups, I think it has a pretty good win rate against all of them. But first, I want to shout out my wife. Thank you for letting me go to it. You know, I really wanted this mat, so appreciate it. Obviously, shout out Team Mist, best team. It was awesome. We had Angel top 2, so 2 of us did it. Shout out to Emilio for driving us up, being the support guy the whole time. And shout out my buddy Abe for going up, coming out of your cave and playing some video with us. I appreciated you, man. Couldn't have done it without you, keeping me in the right headspace during the time. Because funny enough, I lost round 1 and then literally won out the rest of it. So just on the bubble since round 1. But anyways, we'll get into it. So also be pretty standard for like your engine requirements: 3 PURRELY, 3 Lily, Delicious, 2 Sleepy, 3 Happy, which is like a pretty interesting card going into like the fire matchup. When they try to princess, you'll actually like protect their fire monster so they can't trigger the Garunics and things like that, because that's where it gets like sticky. So this card actually interacts with that pretty like interesting. Then I got 3 Pretty Memory, 3 my, mixed up, 3 My Friend, 3 Street. With like people maining 15 hand traps right now, this card helps you play around them. Depending on like how you open, you can pick and choose which hand traps you want to play around, whether it's playing memories in draw phase or going straight to main phase and like playing this down. You can play through like a lot of hand traps. Like people are trying to mortar me while I have this up, or trying to Veiler me in draw phase, which they can't do. So playing in draw phase, you can play through Veiler, you can play through Droll. Going to main phase, putting this up, you can pretty much play through every other one. Nib is irrelevant against the deck, and Ash is like very low impact. So the deck kind of can play through the hand traps if you know sequence your hand right, one of the trap. Then for the hand traps, I only went with 12, just because the other slots I had open, I wanted like different cards, but it's 3 Ash, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Nib, and 3 Imperm. I felt like these 12 have the most like overlap. Obviously, these are very good against Snake Eye, but Droll's pretty weak, right? But all these had like the most overlap versus like other matchups that you'd play against. And my last slots, I just I can't quit on is the 2 Snow, 2 Brow ratio. Love these. These are what help you play in like draw phase, push. You know, you get less punished when you pitch these, and then you whiff off the PURRELY. And it just help keep you going and like keeping your hand size high, so you don't have to discard like valuable cards that you want to keep, like your hand traps and things like that. And then obviously digging into like your sideboard cards, things. And then 2 Talents. This card worked out really great for me. You can choose to go to main phase to play into hand traps, so you can just Talent Sun, then set up your Noir, or get the draw 2 to get to a memory and keep playing. You can take against fire going second, kept this in to take their monsters so they can trigger princess, things like that. Like overall, is like these cards worked out pretty great. So that was the main deck. It was 40 cards. Then going on to this is the side deck. Shout out Anthony, shout out Dylan. I went with, for like sided hand traps, it was going to be Droll, just because of like maybe random matchups. I don't put this in versus Snake Eye decks. It's like just not good enough. But what I kept Harpies in just for like, there was actually a couple lab, things like that. Like I put this in against Cashier if I played them. I just felt like this one, I didn't have Lightning Storms because I valued Cosmic over that. But then I had 2 Dark Ruler. This one I would put in versus like Pure Snake Eye, because they typically will have like the Appaloosa Flamberge, and they don't usually go for Princess turn 1. So this can actually shut off like pretty much their whole board, or this combo with like a single hand trap, because if you hand trap them once, then they could probably end on like a half board, and then the Dark Ruler kind of like finish business. So yeah, then this was probably like an MVP was Inscription. You can side this going first or second versus Snake Eye, and it just shuts off pretty much their whole turn. It's so hard for them to like build up their board, kill you, OTK, even if they're able to like break out of your Noir. Having this like guarantees you get another turn to kill them and set up again. Funny enough, I played against Tier as well, and like this was busted against it. Cosmics was almost like any time going second. I felt like this was okay. I just valued this over Lightning Storm. It was okay. Like, it is pretty awkward sometimes because you think like you'll hit the island, but they're just by them playing like Fire King cards and stuff like that, like it almost insulates them. So it's not as powerful as you think. I might like rethink this one in Purrely specifically. The last one was Summon Limit. Never saw it, so I mean, obviously it's good. You should play it, but never saw it. You can out this yourself like so easily with the Pretty Memory sending. Then for the extra, there's 1 Noir, 1 Plump, 2 Beauty, and 2 Happy. And 2 Noir. I'd never like cut these ratios because they'll always like come up. Because you'll have to go into some of these like early depending on like what memories you open, and then they'll like kind of bridge you into the next things. For the like Zeus package, I chose this one just because it has the protection from destruction effect. So they can't like princess you here, and then you just don't go into the downer, so they can't princess pop. Then I played 2 Zeus. This was because of Kashtira. I didn't want them to like rip the one. I just didn't have the Zeus because maybe I'm under shifter and I can't use like Pretty Memory to like get rid of their birth and all that. So if they already unicorned one, then like I can't clean up their board, and they have too many cards like sticking around. So this was specifically because I was afraid of Cash like ripping one. Typhon because UPs to make, Anima to go into the SP. So that was it. That's it.
Awesome. Anything you would change with the deck upcoming if you do decide to keep playing Purrely with the new format forming up?
For tweaks, I mean, it worked out for me. The Dark World cards, you know, like these are the slots that people could like change. They're always like, these are probably like the 6 slots. So it just depends like what you're expecting at your locals. If it's like Fire King heavy, then maybe these could go out, like maybe more talents and then more hand traps, things like that. But overall, like this worked out. I thought it was great. For anyone interested, the matchups was round 1 Fire King Snake Eyes, which I lost. Then I played Voiceless, 1, Centurion 1, Pure Snake Eye 1, Tier Limit 1. I played the U-Bow guy, I won. And then final round was Fire King Snake Eye, and I won. So overall, the deck goes into all those matchups like fine, you know. It's just one of those decks that doesn't really have any like bad matchups. So yeah, that's it. Shout out Team Mist, and yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, check you later, guys.